threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, it's hard when we're doing accents before.
Yeah, to not just go into like
go right into it.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Super weird.
Cam, you got $100?
I got $100.
I got $100 too. Let's do
Burn the
something.
home up all this.
Yeah. So anytime my kids give money, it's like I gotta go buy
Oh
something.
my
Dad.
gosh, mine are terrible.
It's like so. Yeah, it's horrible.
my parents decided not to do like Christmas presents. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, and we didn't even get together. It's just too much for them,
Yeah,
which was fine.
I don't
But
want to see you.
They
Here's
ended up
some
just
money.
sending money.
Yeah.
They're like, each kid, here's some money. And they're like, ooh, like even when their presents aren't open, they're like shopping on Amazon. I'm like, cow.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, isn't it?
That's terrible.
Yeah. So what is the plan today? What are we talking about?
Well, we've been wanting to do this. We decided, I mean, even we got inflation too, so this was even trickier.
Oh boy.
So we ended up building a 3-day kit, kind of bug out bag like, using $100.
It was a Donner party.
$100 like 3-day bug out bag kit from Amazon only.
Yeah.
So we kept it under 100.
Yep.
We did it separately, and
I don't know what you've picked.
we're going to talk about.
You don't know what I've picked.
No, I have no idea what you picked.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid I'm going to be disappointed in the things I chose.
Oh, I know I'm going to be
Be
disappointed.
like, oh, you found that?
Like you should. Why? Yeah, I should have done that.
So
I think that's why it's
the
fun.
hard part about it was the prices change all the time.
Yeah, like every day.
It's like daily deals.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got it pretty set. I'm like, I got a good bag. And then it changed. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
freak. Now I'm way over
yeah.
the cost. So
I had to redo mine this morning.
I
so.
did mine this morning too. So
But anyways, yeah, $100 Amazon survival kit. We're super excited about that. But before we get to that, I got to tell you about BattleBox, you guys. It is the monthly subscription box for men, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers. Each month, BattleBox sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you normally pay. I got a burp, but I didn't do it. You never know what's in the next box.
New Year resolution.
You're welcome, dear. Here's a sampling of what users received this month. The Aquatabs 397 milligram tablets times 100.
I love the 399 milligram.
Yeah,
tabs.
those do the trick.
But these are good too.
These will work. Just got to have more of them. And then the Climate Wild Aspen 20 sleeping bag.
Cool.
Hello. All this badassness starts at just $34.99 a month. They've shipped over 1 million boxes and won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2020. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Get your first battle box plus a free knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers.
Listener reviews starts now.
Cashew peppers.
A warning label I needed, huh?
A warning label. I love it. This is a show, but it needs to be a warning.
I don't know why we've done the
Yeah.
Italian
I don't
accent
either.
on this, but it is.
I love the show, but there needs to be a warning at the beginning saying that this show may cause laughter.
Yeah.
I was mid-rep in the gym, busting one out.
Yeah,
He didn't put that. And almost dropped a dumbbell on my face from laughing so hard. Keep up the good work. Zack Attack 5000.
Take a day. Wow.
Man. He
Yeah.
took a long time to find that one.
Yeah. 499.
Zack Attack 1. Oh, piss. Just kept going until 5,000.
Yeah, he probably didn't even try Zack Attack. That was probably available.
Zack 5000. Huh.
Whatever.
Zack Attack.
Yeah, that's
That's
available.
seriously,
We can
that's
make
the
that work.
truth, too.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks, man.
Yeah, if you guys want to be a part of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes, go to Facebook, leave us a 5-star review, and make it awesome.
It's a mad, mad world.
Dude, there are things going on in this world that just, they're mad.
I know.
And one of those is this. I did not know this is a thing. Did you know that blasting the sky with a giant laser could divert lightning away from airports and nuclear power stations?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Sounds like weird stuff.
Yeah. Lightning strikes the ground of Britain alone about 300,000 times a year, with 30 to 60 people struck by lightning, around 3 dying.
Well, in the U.S., it's 300,
Yeah, I know.
300,555
We're
times.
patriots. Okay, but the
Do it better over here.
But the greatest threat is the damage lightning strikes can do to power stations, obviously. In 2019, it caused the UK's worst blackout in a decade, cutting off 1.1 million people.
Dang.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You hearing that noise? I'm hearing it, but it's weird.
What is it?
I don't know. It's just a little noise. Now, a laser the size of a large car could protect against these acts of God in the future by attracting bolts of lightning away from buildings.
Wow.
Does that not seem weird?
Is it hitting the light? Hitting the laser?
So scientists fired.
Well, there goes another laser shooter.
Scientists fired 1,000 pulses of laser light a second from a machine 26 feet long, weighing more than 3 tons, sending the beams into the atmosphere above the tower in Switzerland, which is struck by lightning around 100 times a year. Over more than 6 hours of using the laser during the thunderstorms between June and September last year, researchers were able to divert 4 lightning strikes. I don't know how they know that.
That is so worth it.
I know, 4 of them.
Yeah, that's 4 ain't gonna mess with us.
Yeah, they don't took us $6 billion to make this laser, and we're ruining the
energy.
ozone layer.
Yeah, just cutting through.
But anyways, I just thought that's
Aliens
weird.
like light show going on down there.
What they doing down there on Earth? New Year's now. Ow. It ain't New Year's.
Shoot me in the eye.
So anyways, I just thought that was kind of crazy.
That's super weird.
I know.
Some of the stuff they come up with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How'd they come up with this stuff?
So I had to mention
Yeah, you did.
the Brazil. You saw that they had that the same thing like in January 6th here.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they
Yeah.
stormed and
Uh-huh.
rioters. I'm
Yeah.
like, apparently we've set the standard. That's awesome. Good job, United States.
Everybody follows our suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But I wanted to mention Russia has a ship that's been off the coast of Hawaii for weeks.
What?
She's believed to be floating out there collecting intelligence.
Oh.
It might be stranded, but we're not going to check it out.
It's been there for like 3 weeks. Should we
They
check
keep
on
sending
them?
SOS. I'm pretty sure they're collecting intelligence.
SOS is different in Russian, though, right?
So, yeah.
That means something else.
Zizo zis.
Help us now. They keep saying something, but I don't know.
But it's weird. Like, it's just out there loitering, collecting data. I don't know what it's getting from the Hawaiian
stealing
Islands.
our ocean
It's
water.
just taking pictures of girls and stuff.
They wear all the bikinis over
The
there.
women are very nice over there. Huh?
They got the blonde hair. Oh no.
We should deliver this. No, I got some
This
things to
nuclear
do.
armament can wait, okay?
Yeah.
Let's look at these ladies. Huh?
Super weird though. And apparently, like foreign military vessels may travel freely through U.S. waters.
Really?
I didn't know that. Foreign flagged military vessels have often been observed operating and loitering, just off the coast, chilling. Apparently, that's okay.
Need to put one of those signs like they got out in front of the 7-Eleven. No loitering.
It's a bunch of buoys. No loitering.
Get the hell out.
This is the USA.
It's our water.
But the tactics and techniques and procedures that we saw the Soviets doing back in the Cold War seem to be resurfacing again under the Russian banner.
Oh, of course.
This looks like one of those issues that I would point to Russian intelligence ships potentially off the shore of Hawaii. They're just
Interesting.
they're more active at gathering details from the U.S. currently.
Don't they have enough?
Why?
Don't they have enough going on
Yeah,
right
they
now?
do. They do have enough going on right
Should
now.
we make sure that this war in Ukraine's going well? Nah.
What
Let's...
is war? Oh, yes, that war.
Shit, I forgot about that one.
Send a couple more missiles over there, and let's go on with loitering.
Keep getting the bikini pictures at Hawaii.
This is very good intelligence.
Vladimir needs this intelligence right now.
This is the best intelligence you have gotten in years.
Talk about top secret, huh?
Talk about no top secret.
Oh,
huh?
but the ching, huh?
Very good.
Very good. No
You guys are great. Go to war now.
feeling avalanche in pants now, huh?
Oh my.
Oh my.
Big avalanche coming right now.
Oh, Iron Curtain, huh? I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
It's Russian. Who knows?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out.
Watch out, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, anyways.
Yes.
Let's
Anyway,
get into this episode.
Let's talk about an episode.
So this episode is called the $100 Amazon Survival Kit.
Yeah.
So why did we decide to do this episode? Like, what was the point of this?
Well,
Well,
one, we decided to.
We did. We made a decision. That was the first part of this whole thing, right?
We actually we've been planning on doing this for a while.
We have,
but
yeah.
it does like it did more for me thinking in detail the things that I include in my bag more than
Yeah.
I've ever done before. So, but we'll talk a little more.
Yeah,
about that. But it was kind of like that. I wanted to see if it was possible nowadays
For
and-
$100.
for $100, and then
Yeah.
two, see what kind of like thought process it triggered, and it did. It made me
did.
think a lot more
Definitely did.
about how good a quality you want to go with certain things.
Yeah, so this is kind of how we derived a list of categories, basically. So we took the basics of what we feel you would need for like a 3-day survival / bug out kit, and we broke them down into certain categories. And the way we did this is, so I'll talk about the rules in a second, but the categories are a bag, because you got to have you have a bunch of stuff, you have to have a bag.
Yeah, you can't. You don't have a hoodie. You're going to stick it all in the front
Yeah,
pocket.
exactly. This is just not enough space. It's just not. And then you
Put
got to
some in the hood.
Yeah.
And some in the front pouch.
that
Pouch. Pouch.
I'll put it right in my pouch. Then you have to have a knife, a tool, or like a self-defense weapon, right?
Yep.
Whatever that is.
Got to.
Got to have shelter. If you don't have shelter, you're dead.
Yeah, you've got to
Okay.
have something to protect from the elements.
Yep. You got to have food.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have water,
Especially that.
fire, first aid, hygiene. That one might be overlooked by some people, but you want to survive for 3 days. You don't want to be stinky, gross, disgusting,
I made it.
licking your
You
hand.
got cottage cheese in your teeth.
Where'd you find cottage cheese?
Well, just growth.
That's
You know those people that you talk
I
to,
know,
you're like,
yeah.
you've been eating cottage cheese
What's
or
going
never brush your teeth.
Yeah. There's a problem there, buddy.
Your gums are past your teeth.
Yeah. That's weird.
That looks like it hurts.
Hope you're okay.
When I eat corn, I bleed everywhere.
Ribs are the worst. It's like after you eat ribs, like you're between your teeth, it's like so much stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a whole nother steak in here.
Yeah. I ain't gonna get that out. I'm gonna need a snack after breakfast tomorrow.
Got about 6 grams of protein in my teeth.
That's part of my survival plan. It's just to make
There
sure
birds out here? Huh? No.
I just shucking on
Ribs.
that protein.
I had ribs for lunch.
Yes, sir. Hygiene, lighting, and then there's a miscellaneous category.
Hygiene lighting.
You want to clean your
wanna-
undercarriage?
wanna
You got to
know
look
where-
at it.
You gotta see inside those crevices.
That's right. You don't know what's in there. Cottage cheese, maybe. And then we have a miscellaneous category. So let's talk about the rules.
Yeah.
Cam.
I like the rules.
Let's go over these rules. So
This is if you're, I mean, maybe you want to try it yourself. I would encourage you do because
Heck yeah.
it helps a ton to like think about, like, and we'll talk about the value in it. But
Yeah.
it was like, I've said it before, I always end up building basically like a I'm never coming home
Yes.
bag.
Yeah.
Always.
Always,
And I'm
yeah.
like, no, this helps you to really like, you're only going to be able to get this 3-day supply.
Right,
So.
exactly. So the rules on this episode today of what we're doing for this $100 Amazon survival kit, we must build a 3-day survival bug out kit. That's what we're doing.
3 full days.
3 full days. Look, no pre-made kits because there's some out there that you could buy.
Was there any under 100? Did you see any?
Oh yeah, I saw
Oh my
several.
gosh, I can't imagine. what's
My
in
first
those.
route through this, I was thinking I could get one of those kits. There was like a couple for under $50.
Yeah.
But
And this is like a complete kit.
yeah.
I didn't apply this to the first aid kit, and I don't. Did you? Did you
No,
only
no.
get gauze and
No,
only
no,
a
no.
Band-Aid?
I bought a first aid kit.
Like it's dumb not
Yeah.
to.
Exactly.
It doesn't apply to that.
We're
kit.
talking about like
The
pre-made
full bug out
survival
kit.
kits.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you can get some really cheap ones out there. It's insane. You have to use Amazon, obviously. We could have used other things, but obviously most people buy stuff on Amazon. That's why we used Amazon as our thing. Must currently be in stock.
That was harder than I thought.
It was
There's a lot of
way
things.
harder
I'm
than I
like,
thought.
oh, this is good. February 30th.
Yeah.
Not February 30th.
You'll get there February 30th, big boy. I don't know why he said it that way, but he did.
Knife strong, cut rope.
Sharp knife.
There's so much
Hard
of that.
rope.
There's so much of that.
You get February
Okay,
30th.
put on bag like long time.
He almost went Russian for a second.
I did. Oh, like long time.
Long time. Bag work good. Stick in gear. None of those like 1 cent if you buy 100.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of those on there
There
too,
were.
so we couldn't do that. Must have one item for each category except for miscellaneous. You don't have to have one for miscellaneous. Okay, that was part
You
of
had
the rule.
extra.
If you had extra and you wanted to throw
Yeah.
something else in there, you totally could. Cannot go over $100. Tax was not included because that's too hard to figure that out.
Yeah.
Math is difficult.
We also kind of excluded shipping,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
we like I
Sort of.
specifically clicked Prime to try and get, because there is a ton of that kind of falls into that, a penny for 100 items.
Yeah.
It would be like, a headlamp for less than $1, like 90 cents, shipping $15.
Yeah.
Arrives June 2035.
Right, yeah. So one of my items I'm going to have a caveat on, so you'll have to decide if it's okay or not.
Okay.
So, because we did sort of talk about that afterwards a little bit, the
But then
shipping
again, so
piece.
when you don't have Prime, you have to like accumulate enough, right,
Yeah,
to get free shipping,
it's
which you
weird.
probably would, but
Yeah, I would think so.
but some of them didn't.
For this exercise, we will have the appropriate clothing, so you don't have to worry about like buying extra socks or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't have
that
to
was
worry about
that was one thing I meant to ask you. So we consider the scenario probably not the extreme.
No.
It's
No,
like
no.
fall or spring or
Probably
something
like
like that.
early fall.
That you could live. I mean, you don't have to have
Yes.
a below zero sleeping
This
bag.
isn't midwinter. This
Exactly.
isn't midsummer. It's like maybe like early fall where it's going to get chilly at night, but it's not. You're not going to die at negative 25 degrees outside.
That would change things.
Definitely would.
Be super hard.
So the scenario that we're looking at is like a general bug out scenario from a suburban area into a forest / kind of mountainous area. You're just trying to get away.
From civilization.
Yeah, and you have to use this pack to do it for 3 days, right? Again, we need to hide away in the mountains for 3 days to stay alive. If an item needs batteries or fuel, it must
That was
either
a tricky thing too.
Yes,
A lot of headlamps don't have batteries in
Yep,
them.
it must either come with them or you must use money to buy what's needed in the miscellaneous category.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Money from your 100.
Yep. And so Cam and I won't and can't see each other's picks. We haven't seen each other's picks because we didn't want to influence each other's choices.
We don't share Amazon accounts.
No. And just to make it more fun, we wanted it to be like, oh, damn, you got that. Oh, that was a good idea.
that's what I
You know what I
wanted to
mean?
see, too.
That's the whole kind of point of this, is just to sort of BS about everything as it comes,
Yeah,
right?
I like
So
it.
Cam, like, why do you feel like this is a valuable exercise? Like, what's good about this?
Yeah. So, like I'd mentioned before, it was really, for one, it was super fun to do.
Yes.
And it was a lot harder than I expected because I really had to say, where am I going to cut the cost and go with a lower quality item?
Yeah.
And where am I going to not risk it?
Yep.
That was pretty awesome for me.
It makes you like really consider everything you're putting in this kit. Like what is the most valuable
Yeah.
thing? What should I like you said, what should I
I
upgrade?
wasn't
what
just
should I
building a
downgrade?
kit
No.
to like
Yeah.
you probably could, like you said, you could go buy one of those cheapos.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to go through and find stuff that I know would possibly last and actually be valuable.
And so some of this stuff
It probably isn't.
I don't know.
I don't either.
But it's just
I was
fun.
cautious about that.
Yes.
Like I was looking at like, would this actually hold up, and could it, and are the reviews pretty good? Who knows? Amazon reviews are the worst on the planet.
They are, so worthless.
And the other thing, a big thing, is like it makes you very frugal, and that's hard. Like I always want to go with expensive, nice quality gear, but man, you can rack up costs super quick.
Oh, so fast.
Even looking like recently, my favorite battery pack is that Survival Frog.
Oh yeah.
I bought it for my brother for his
did you?
birthday
Oh,
because he
sweet.
camps quite a bit, and it's the best one I've ever used.
Yeah.
But it's like $79 now. I got it on a deal.
Yeah.
That it was still 50, but I think it was like 39 or 40.
Yep.
Like so. Anyways, good quality gear costs, so it's hard.
does, yeah.
But it makes you really think about how you can do this and save money and at least get it built.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it opens your eyes to the less expensive options out there that are probably totally fine for their purpose.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We get a lot of questions. We get a lot of inquiries like, hey, how do I do this on a budget? How, I don't have the money. It's like, well, yeah, maybe you don't have $500 to do a bug out bag, but do you have 50? Do you have 100?
Yeah.
You could start building that kit, and you can see that you can, because we're going to do it. And again, this isn't what I would suggest buying
Exactly.
for a bug out bag, but we're just showing you that it can be done. And like, I really think I could take this stuff and I could survive for
I
3
do
days
too.
if I had to.
That's exactly
Right.
I think so too. Like I would build this bag and have it for me or one of my family members.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think the other thing with this exercise is kind of like I'm excited to see what you got because I think your priorities are going to differ a little from mine.
Sure, yeah.
And that's one thing is you can kind of see where each of your mindsets are and how like a group might think and
Yep.
just kind of how it would be.
Absolutely.
And the other thing, and this is what I was saying before, it really makes you rethink your current bug out bag.
It does.
Because I have things in there that really probably don't belong in there for a 3-day kit.
Yeah.
It's hard not to put them in because I have them.
It is. And that's the thing.
But I'm like, the weight and all that.
you and I are in a little bit different situation than a lot of people are because we get so much gear
Yeah.
all the time.
So
We're
we're
like,
like, well, what do I
I've
wanna put?
got
Put it all in there.
Let's put it in there.
Exactly.
Right? And so I think our
Overdo it a
situation-
little.
We
Ours
will.
is like a
Yeah.
bug out bag / probably 2-week bag.
Exactly. Yeah. So that you're right that this does make you rethink what you're putting in there, and like economy of items and all that kind of stuff just makes you think about it.
Yeah. And I think probably the most important thing and the reason we did it is to see if we could do it because a lot of people are on a budget and a lot of people
Yep.
may just want to build a bug out bag or a 72-hour bag kit and they don't want to spend a lot.
Yeah, and they just
this
want it
is-
to be
This is
sufficient.
an idea of how you could do it and some
Yeah.
of the items that are available out there.
Yeah, and again, it's not going to be perfect, but it will be sufficient for survival.
Exactly.
For 3 days, if you just got to get out of town because of a wildfire or whatever the hell else happens,
Exactly.
you can do it for under $100
Yeah. Yeah.
for
So,
one person.
hopefully this is useful to you. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
And
it's way fun.
I found a lot of stuff that I didn't think existed at that price.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty cool.
Mhm.
One thing that's very inexpensive,
Mhm.
it will save you guys lots of time, money, and personal anguish, is to get yourself some online protection.
For sure.
And this is done through Surfshark. It's a virtual private network that can protect you and all your devices from online threats. Basically, you can go gray man online. Put your IP address in a whole different location, even a different country, and you can choose where. You can go online and do whatever you want.
Beautiful.
You can do all kinds of weird stuff if you want. I don't know.
Get weird.
But your stuff's vulnerable no matter. Even if you go to common sites that people use frequently.
Amazon.
Yeah. Google, Google.
Google. Exactly.
Like, but anyways, yeah. The thing is, they have some pretty cool offerings too with their VPN. And you can have it notify you if your email is compromised. They have some antivirus software too, and malware. But for Surfshark, the VPN itself, you can use our Casual Preppers code, just Casual Preppers. You get 83% off of 24 months, plus they give you 3 extra months. So the total cost is less than $60. It's like $59.76 or something. Gets you over 2 years, and it's fully refundable. Like 30 days, you can try it out, see if you use it very much. If you travel a lot, if you go to public places that you use public Wi-Fi, you definitely want something like this.
Oh, yes.
Easy to use. The app will work on almost any device. It's even built into the Google browser if you'd like. Super simple. But go to surfshark.deals, use Casual Preppers, and you will get the best online protection ever.
Hell yeah. Okay, Cam.
Whew!
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm super excited about this. So way we're gonna do this
They
is
got these tabs lined out.
so
here.
Cam will the first category is bag.
Okay.
So we gotta have a bag. So Cam's gonna give us his bag first. I'm gonna give it second, and then on the knife one, I'm gonna give it first. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Okay,
Que-
Cam.
So my question is,
Yes.
how soon did you pick your bag? Did you do it like first off?
I
I did it first,
Uh-huh.
and then I eliminated it, put my stuff together, and went back.
Did you? Okay. I did it the same way. I did it first. I had like 3 or 4 that I was choosing from.
Mm-hmm.
But
I had like 5 in my cart at one time.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
And it was hard because I was like, I've dealt with this type of bag, and I know
Mm-hmm.
this strap's uncomfortable. But I ended up just being like, I just need something to carry my gear
Okay.
that I know that'll probably be decently durable.
Okay. Awesome.
The downside,
Uh-huh.
the downside is the only one that I could find that I liked
Yeah.
is like fuchsia.
Oh,
It
yes.
is bright purple.
You're going to look beautiful out
yeah,
there.
I am. So
That's
there you
awesome.
go. It's right there. It is. It's called the
It is purple or pink.
It has like all these letters. CYCYUZXW. But I did look at the details on this bag. For one, it carries a lot. It's like 40 liter plus 5.
Oh wow, cool.
It has some pouches on the outside and
Gosh
some
dang, that's
adjustable
cheap.
straps. Super cheap.
Oh my god.
This is on a lowest 30-day price. I don't know how long it'll last, but
Yeah.
it's really not that bad of a bag.
Okay.
That
thing is
so bright.
pink.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be
gosh.
like, there's no way I'm hiding with this thing. That's the only downside.
Sure.
But the thing is it's durable.
Uh-huh.
So they say.
Yeah.
But I've read a couple of reviews on it, and a lot of people say it's pretty good for what you pay. I mean,
Nice.
it's freaking $11. It's expandable. The other thing is I've used these bags made out of this material that are like super light. You can pack them in your pocket, and then when
Yeah.
you fill them up, and they
Sure.
actually hold up probably as good as any of the so-called survival backpacks I've bought.
Sure.
And so I think this would hold up pretty well. Plus, it carries quite a bit. So that was
Nice.
my backpack. I went back and forth a lot, but I went with
Uh,
this beautiful sucker.
The name of that pack
will
looks
know.
like it is not real.
It probably is.
What? How do you say that?
I don't know. Sixzux.
This is how you spell the brand: CYCYUZXW, and it's
Yeah.
really like the name of the brand. It's
It is
on
a
the
real
pack.
brand. I don't even know what country it's made in.
Oh my gosh!
They're like, I don't know what to put a name on here. Just put a bunch of letters on
Put a
it.
bunch of consonants, one vowel in there, and
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's crazy.
It's a really lightweight
Okay.
pack, like one that you can fold up and
Sure.
store somewhere. But it's got a lot. It's got pouches. It's got places you can put water bottles. I think it would hold up decent for 3 days. I
Okay.
think.
So, I went a little bit different way.
Okay.
So
You went with a purse.
I know. Yeah. I actually decided that I wanted to make sure my bag
Stay.
was sufficient. I mean, because I'd looked at like really, really, really cheap options.
I did. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is like medium low option for me.
Yes.
That one was.
I decided I needed to go for a bag that I knew was not going to be a piece of shit. That was just kind of like,
Oh, nice.
it's 3
Yeah.
days. And I figured like I got to make sure this thing doesn't break. The straps
Yeah.
don't break. It's not going to like leak water into there. It's not going to be super uncomfortable. But again, I had to pay more than Cam did, almost 3 times as much,
Yeah.
pretty much, right? So I went with the brand that I knew, but the pack is slightly smaller, but still big enough for the gear that we had anyways, right? And trying to find something that is high quality under $50 is
Super hard.
almost impossible. It is like freaking
Oh, this is
so
brand
hard.
name too.
Yeah,
That's
so-
pretty good for a brand name bag.
Yeah, so I went
Especially, yeah.
Yes. So I went with the SOG Ninja Tactical Day Pack.
Nice, man.
So did you say how much yours was? I can't remember if you actually said
My
the price.
pack
Yeah.
is $11.
$11.
It's
Yeah.
normally 20.
Normally 20.
But right now it's
it was
on
on
a deal.
sale. Right. So I went with the SOG Ninja Tactical Day Pack. It's $31.79. So obviously I paid quite a bit more. But I was
And
thinking
it's camo. And
It's-
it's definitely built better.
yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna break a strap. I know that. That I just feel like for 3 days I'm carrying this gear.
You don't know.
You just
That's
don't
the
know.
thing. That was where I took one
Right.
of my biggest risks is
I
with
get
the
it.
backpack.
I totally get that. So that's why I went with this SOG pack. I just kind of felt like.
Their stuff's solid too.
But let me tell you, it made the rest of my picks so hard.
bet it
So you
did.
had an extra $20 to deal with the rest of your stuff.
yeah, I probably
You know what I mean?
could add a little more
Yeah.
junk.
You
But
totally could.
if that strap snaps,
Mm-hmm.
whew,
Yeah, it's
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
tough.
tough.
But again, that's the chance
should be
you
sealed
take.
up in there, right?
That's the chance you take. But again, you're going to have way more
Maybe.
room
Maybe.
for the rest of the stuff. So that's awesome. See, again, I think it's just kind of fun to see which way we each. I kind of felt like Cam's probably going to go with a nicer pack. Knowing Cam, you know what I mean?
It's kind of backwards from what I mean. I'm a backpack.
Yeah.
I'm a snob with them.
So there were some that were kind of similar to this.
but I got a little bit scared about gear, and I was like, I'm going
Yeah.
to go with gear.
There were some that were similar to the SOG pack that were probably $5 cheaper, but I didn't know the brand.
That's what's
and
scary.
I
I bought a tactical pack at a flea market in Hawaii. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a sweet looking bag,
Mhm.
and it lasted like 3 months. So I mean, it probably would have worked perfect for a 3-day. But the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
strap snapped, and then
Yeah.
the zipper broke like probably 3 weeks in.
Sure. So it scares
It's
you.
not something that's gonna. If
Yeah.
you have to go beyond 3 days, yeah,
Yeah.
you know this pack's gonna last a
Yeah,
long
exactly.
time.
Well, and I know for sure for those 3 days, it should last. It should
Mm-hmm.
be good, right? And so that's why I went with that way. Okay, bags
There's
are
other
done.
things with the backpack too that I was considering, like flotation device.
Mm-hmm.
Also protection or something you're gonna lay your head on.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
if it's like this one, mine's like thin. It's like toilet paper.
Sure,
So it's
yeah.
not gonna be useful that way.
Yeah, and if you go walking through the trees, does it just rip open?
It could.
or
Yeah.
something?
Easily. This isn't gonna rip. So.
You don't know. So that's again, that's why this is fun, because we kind of see both sides of how this can be done. Okay, so let's go to the second category. This is knife, tool / kind of self-defense. Okay. This one, man, I probably had 5 different choices on this. And I kept going back and forth. But so I figured I finally came back to the point that I just need a knife.
That's what I decided.
I need a knife because
This is sad, man.
Oh.
Because I'm such a I
know.
love my knives, but I cut a lot of costs with my knife.
Well, I did,
And I kind of regret it.
Cut cost, get it? Very nice. So getting a great knife or even a multi-tool, I looked at multi-tools as well, for a survival situation, like that doesn't cost at least $30 to $50
Exactly.
is freaking hard.
It's very hard.
So one at that price point just does not work with what we're trying to do. So I ended up getting a knife that I've used many times.
Oh, good. See, you're smart. You went with one you know.
And so I went with the Mora knife.
That's what I had forever.
Is it?
But
Yeah.
I had to shave a little cost off. That's the same one I had.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
with the Mora
$11.99.
basic 511 fixed blade, it's $11.99. These knives, you guys, if you don't have one at this price point, you basically cannot find anything better.
Yeah.
It's impossible to find something better. They're insanely durable. They're super lightweight. And they're just like right out of the box. They're freaking sharp. They're ready
They're
to go.
super sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Swedish made stuff. So that's kind of why I went with the Mora knife, because I've used them before. I know what they are. And I know that it's going to get me through 3 days for sure.
Yeah. That was one of the first things I put in.
Is it?
And when I started like cutting costs, I ended up, look at this thing I went with.
Let me see if I can. I don't know why it won't let me click yours. for
Here,
some reason.
I'll share it the other way.
No, there we go. I got it.
So this looks ridiculous, and I have
yeah.
no idea what the quality is.
Although it does have that paracord with
That's
it.
why I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dirt cheap.
Uh-huh.
It's free shipping, and like I said, we didn't consider the shipping, but
Yeah.
there was a ton of knives that were like
Oh my gosh.
$12.99 shipping and
Yes.
cost like
Yep.
5 cents.
Yes.
And there was even a brand that looked like a Mora knife, but it was a little less expensive, but still I was super close with my cost. So I ended up cutting probably too much cost here. But I'm like, what is it going to take to bust a blade?
Yeah.
Like, could I hammer on the back of this blade with a rock? I probably could. And it had so this is a Master USA MU1121 series tactical fixed blade knife. And it's half serrated, which serrated blade can sometimes be helpful. I don't know the quality of this blade. That's the only thing I'm not super comfortable with a knife that I've never used, and that scares me.
Right.
But I feel like it's
$5 though.
sharp. It's 6 inches long, and that's important.
That's super important. Yeah.
But it has that cord on there too that can be used for, if your shoelace breaks or
Yeah,
you
so
need
it's
to
got-
tie some stuff down.
It's got the paracord wrapped on the handle.
Those suck to use.
They're not comfortable, but it's nice to have them. It's
Yeah.
nice to have the cord.
So I went with that just because it had that additional.
Does it say how much cord is on there by any chance?
It doesn't say.
Probably doesn't say, does it?
No, just says special features.
Yeah, yeah. Red
Cord wrapped handle. Full time.
Cord handle, red, wrapped.
Nylon strong, like long time.
Like Chairman Mao, will
Yeah.
be very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, that's,
I don't know. The blade, it had 100 and 1,016 who knows bogus reviews.
Yeah.
But it says it's made in the U.S. So I kind of was like, I'll try it. So that was that was
Beautiful.
another place I cut costs: the bag and my knife.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So we got through the knife. And again, that's your tool, that's your knife, that's probably your self-defense if you needed it as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, so
Now-
let's move to the next one. Cam's going to go first on this, and this is shelter.
Okay. This one, it took me a while to go. Like, I looked at a lot of things here.
Did you?
I ended up going with, let's see. Sorry.
You're good.
I looked at tarps. I looked at Mylar blankets. I looked at bivvies. And
Yeah.
I ended up going with this one. I thought it was a really good deal. It's 213 inches long and 91 inches wide. And it is a tube Mylar blanket, but it's
Okay.
kind of that stretchy type that doesn't tear easily.
Oh, okay.
So it makes into like a sleeping bag, and it can be a tent. But if it's kind of rolled over on each other, it's somewhat of a pad.
Give me
so
that
if you
link
So if
so I
you,
can see
oh,
it.
did I not send it? Thought I linked it. It is called the Foss Power Emergency Sleeping Blanket.
Foss Power.
Foss Power.
Foss Power.
Strong Power. Here, there you go.
Nice.
So, like I said, it is
cool. Yes. I think I actually looked at that one too.
So very good price. It's $10, and polyethylene type of material, but it's a big. I mean, it's a large tube tent. Like you can make it into a tent, so you protect it from rain and wind and all that stuff. Also, you can wrap it around you. But I liked that it was bigger, so that if you rolled it out and laid on it, folded on itself, you'd have some slight padding if you didn't even want or didn't need protection.
Yep.
So this was a tough one because
Dude, it was
I
so
love
hard.
tarps, and I know the durability would go a long way. This was cheaper, would keep me warm and keep the rain off.
Nice.
And it didn't seem like it would rip. So I
Right.
haven't tried this particular brand, but that's what I went with.
Cool. Yeah. And there's so many that are really similar
Or
to
you
that.
buy like the same price, you get you like 6 Mylar ones, but some of those are so cheap.
Dude, they last like 15
You pull them
seconds.
out of the bag and they rip apart.
Exactly. So, that's awesome. So I actually had two. So my first one,
Okay.
I just threw that in there. So this is the orange 8 foot by 6 foot 11 ounce tube tent. So I had several like tarps and stuff that were like $2
Oh, I didn't
in
see
there.
this one.
They're like $2, right?
Yeah. See, that's 8 foot by 6.
Yeah.
A ton of material.
Yeah, so it's a ton of material. So and the nice thing about this one is it also comes with the cordage. So you can see
what?
Yeah, it has the cordage that
Yeah, I
comes
didn't
with
see
it.
this.
Yeah, again,
That's a good one.
It's so hard to find this stuff. So this is it's called, what is it called? Doesn't even really have a name. Orange tube tent, camping, backpacking, or backyard sleepovers. Anyways, so that was kind of like,
Man, the cordage, that's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah, and so that's like I almost had bought just a tarp with some, cordage on the side type thing.
I had paracord in there for a long time.
Yeah,
But I actually took it out.
And so I ended up going with this one just because I felt like I was
I like
actually
the cordage
saving
thing.
a little bit.
And it's a lot. Like if it does tear, you've got some play
Exactly.
with the 8 feet.
Yeah. And so then also on top of that, because I had some extra cash, I bought this bivvy. So
you did?
Yeah.
So
I've
you
got
had two.
the Haozheng Tech emergency survival sleeping bag with survival whistle. So
Ooh.
it came with a whistle too. So I've got that as like a
Play a little tune out
like
of
a
that.
bonus.
Where's
right?
that at? There it is.
And so that one, so I figured if I've got both of those,
That would be nice. I thought that too. Like if mine's either a sleeping bag or a tent, you can't use.
You can't
both,
use it for
really.
both,
So you
right?
either freeze your buttses,
yeah, right,
freeze
yeah.
your butt off inside, but stay away from the elements. Which
Exactly.
would still be a little warm.
Oh, absolutely, especially
But
if you have a fire.
you're using, I would like to have one on the outside and a sleeping bag. So
Exactly.
I didn't even think about adding two.
So that
Probably
was
could have done that.
So that was, but I paid $6 for each of them about. So this is $6 for this one. The other one was what, $6.75. So
Yeah.
when it came down to
And
it,
that's $10 is what mine was. So
is it
you're
okay.
a dollar or two
I'm
more for
12
two different.
I ended up being $12.74.
Yeah,
for
that's
those,
safe
so-
to have two
Yeah.
for sure.
So, anyways, that's
like
shelter.
it.
Again, there were so many different ways you could do this.
There's so many ways.
But you have to be frugal and you just you got to do what you got to do to make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm first on the next one, right?
I believe so.
So food. Oh my gosh! Again, I went back and forth 50 times on food.
Me too.
And-
this was a hard one for me.
Oh, it was so hard.
This is one of the hardest ones.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I probably went a little light on food because
I was just gonna get some like survival tabs. Just some sugary
I
tabs.
actually had survival tabs in there originally, but here's what I thought. Here's what I ended up going with. I went with the ER emergency ration. This is a 3,600 calorie food bar. So I figured if I can at least get what?
I had that one in my
Did
thing,
you?
too. Yep.
If I could at least get 1,200 calories a day, I can survive. I
Yeah.
can hike. I've done it before. I've actually eaten 1,200 calories a day before. I know I can do it.
Yeah.
And so this is something that
Have you had? I haven't tasted that brand.
I haven't tasted. That
Who
brand.
cares?
I don't.
It's
yeah.
it's
Again,
sustenance.
it's going to get me through.
Right.
Here's the thing. So after I got through with everything, I had $1 left. Okay. And so I went back and I added one more thing to my food just to sort
Nice,
of
that's a good idea.
to give myself a little more. And so I found a StarKist tuna pack.
Oh, yeah.
That was $1.
That's a good idea. So what was your subtotal? I don't know if you're going to tell at the end, but
I'll tell you at the end. Yeah, but it was under 100, like 90.
I still had almost $2 to spare.
Oh yeah, you could have definitely
I
done
should have
this.
thrown in another little treat.
So you can at this point, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So
I'll do that tuna pack.
Yeah, exactly. It took me forever to
That's a good
find
idea.
something that was $1 on Amazon because almost everything is sold in bulk.
Yes,
and you have to buy.
that is really hard.
It's so hard, but I did find it. So this is a tuna pack. It's 150 calories. It has really high protein. So I figured that basically adds another 50 calories a day that I could use.
That's
know
the
what I
one
mean?
thing. That one had a lot of calories.
Yeah, so I've got 1,250 calories a day
Yeah.
over the 3 days.
Yeah. Which is more than enough.
Yeah, which is definitely enough to survive.
Yeah.
But again, there was a billion ways to go. But the hard part is a lot of the survival food is expensive.
It is.
And
is.
so it's tough.
Yeah.
But that's what I went with.
So I think I already put my link in there.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I actually had that one in my cart
Did you?
for a while.
That's awesome.
And then the only reason I switched over is one, I cut cost.
Uh-huh.
This is $5 right now.
Oh, I saw this one.
2,400 calories. The
Yes.
thing I really like though is it's broken up, so you could.
Yeah.
There's 400 calorie portions, and there's like 6 of them. So
The other one
so
I
it's
had
like you could
was
kinda-
broken up too.
Oh, it is.
It
Oh,
was.
I thought it was one solid
It was
bar.
9 portions or something.
Oh wow, yeah.
I can't remember.
This one has 6.
Yeah.
But then you can kind of pace yourself. It's
Right.
like instead, like I've had those big ones where you're just like nibbling on, and then it's
You
open
don't
and
know.
it just breaks up in your
Yeah.
bag. So this one, both of them, I guess.
Ooh, apple cinnamon flavor. I like that.
I liked the flavor looks good too. So I ended up going with this one because it was dirt cheap right now. And again, this price is going to fluctuate. Probably if you even looked at it now, it'd probably be up to $10.
It's the
But
Ultimate Survival Technologies emergency food rations.
yeah, it
So-
had a lot of ratings, so I figured it must taste decent.
So how
But
many
who
calories?
knows?
It's 2,400
It's only
calories.
2,400. Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting
But that's 2 days worth.
Right,
Of,
yeah.
of like a full calorie meal.
right.
If you're breaking it up for
800
3
a day.
days, it's easy.
800 a day for the 3 days.
But you don't know.
Still
I mean,
probably enough.
it's enough. I mean, in reality, you could starve yourself.
Yeah, and you'd be.
And I even considered that. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll just say screw food.
Yeah, dude.
But you need some just to, like, it's a comfort thing and it
Yep.
just it calms you down. So I went with something a little sweet.
I like that.
2,400 calories.
Yeah, man. Again, it was so hard to find something that worked.
That one that you had was, I thought that was a really good one. I
Yeah.
ended up seeing this one for a little cheaper. So I was like, hey, I'll gain a little cash.
I looked at the same one, dude, but I was
So
just
funny.
like, is that enough?
So, I know. It's enough. It's just
Oh, yeah.
not as comfortable.
Yes.
Like you're not going to be as full.
Yep.
Now water, right?
Water. Yes.
So, is it mine 1st?
Yep, you're first.
Okay. I did spend more money on the water aspect
Ooh.
because I was like, I'm not going with some unknown filter.
Sure.
I'm not going to go with I had to go with something I know and I've seen, I've looked at, I've used myself. So obviously, you know which one I'm going with here. I went with the Sawyer Mini
Nice.
because it has a pouch, a straw.
Yeah.
So you can basically just, get it out of the stream, and it has a cap on the end.
Yeah.
So it's twisted onto your bladder, and it has a cap. So you just throw it back in your bag. And
Will you
then
add your link in there just so I can see it?
I'm trying to find. I'll have to open my.
Oh, it's not a huge deal. I know what a
Right here.
Sawyer Mini is.
It's just the common blue one.
Yeah.
I looked at filters for quite a while, and I'm like, I'm not risking it because
No.
I looked at was it Aquatabs?
Mhm.
They don't protect you from a lot of bacteria and viruses. They do like the main ones you're going to find in the mountain, like Giardia and all that, but
Yeah.
other bacteria and other things. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with freaking food poisoning or some water contracted
Water
illness.
poisoning.
Yeah, so I went with a nicer filter that I've used that I know will last forever, and it already has a pouch to carry the water in, has a syringe with it, has a straw.
Yeah.
So
You get
I ended
everything.
up spending more on this.
How much was it? Like 18?
It was $18.35.
Yeah, $18. So I was in your camp for a long time, and then I just didn't have enough
I was like,
money.
Kobe's probably going to go with the Sawyer,
Yeah.
but
It's funny that you mentioned the Aquatabs because
They
I-
were cheap.
I went with the Aquatabs.
is
so
it the 886 or one with two bottles?
it
of
has 2 bottles. So the potable aqua water purification tablets, it has 2 50 count bottles. in there. So
Tons of tabs.
You're right that it's proven effective against Giardia,
all of your like mountain water.
all the mountain water issues.
is fine.
So that's kind of why I went that way. And another reason I went that way is because I don't need 100,000 gallons. All I need
You're
to
right.
get through is 3 days.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have to know that I can make it through for 3 days. So that was my
It's so funny how we've like
I know.
different ways we went with more
I know
cost.
it's pretty hilarious, huh? So that was my first purchase in water, and I had another one actually.
Did you get you an actual water pouch?
I got this is so dumb, but I got just a $1 water bottle. It has water, Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring
Oh, you got
water.
a $1 one. I didn't see.
Yeah, 33 ounces. So that gives
I didn't
me
think you could buy it singly.
yeah.
Dang it.
So-
That's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't have readily available water, which I always recommend.
Right. So, but that also gives me something to actually like put my tabs in
Yeah.
and keep some water. So that's why I
So
went that way.
does it have water in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See.
Mhm. Yeah, but
You
you
got
have
both.
water and you have water in it. So that's why I went that way. But
That was the thing. I was like, I've got to find water source,
Yes.
which was kind of concerning for me, but I went that way.
most of the time you're gonna know
I guess I
where,
have $2. I guess I
where water
would
is.
drop the tuna.
You know what I mean? Like where water is. I would think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
If it's a mountain, there's water
yeah.
somewhere.
So
And
mine
you probably know.
ended up at 942 for both of those.
That's pretty dang good.
You know.
And I thought I went back and forth on like a stainless steel bottle that I could boil and stuff.
Yep.
But I'm like, I'm not going to be out there that long to cook a meal.
Yeah.
Nor am I going to be sanitizing water that way. I'm like,
No.
I got a filter, so I just
You're
bagged
good.
it. I went
You're
with
good.
the Sawyer Mini bag and filter.
Nice.
Did
Okay.
I link that one? Do you need it?
You can get it to me later. It's not a big deal. Okay, so the
Okay.
next category is fire.
Yeah.
This one was honestly pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of knew what I was going to do.
I already knew what I was going to do too.
Yeah, so I went with a 2-pack of Bic Classic.
That's exactly
Did
what
you
I
get the
thought.
same one for $6.98?
Yeah. Why would you not?
I don't. Yeah, that's
Their
exactly.
quality?
Yeah,
With a lighter,
Mhm.
even if things are damp,
Yeah.
you can cook them for a minute and
Yeah.
then you can get something burning.
you can with 2 of them. So I look at that as
That's what I thought too. I
Yeah.
was like, it's
One-
a 2-pack.
if I break one or I lose one or whatever it is, I've got 2 of them,
Yeah.
and I know they're
And
Bic
it's a
lighters.
name brand.
It's the
like they
lighter.
work the best.
Yeah, so that's why
The best.
I went with the 2-pack Bic lighters. It was $6.98.
Yep, same one.
You went with the exact same one. That's
Exact
awesome.
same one here. I'll
I
link
figured at least one of these we were going to get the exact same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I
eventually.
thought we'd have a little more by now, but I guess
I
not.
did too, but
Fire. Yep, that's the same one I got.
Nice.
Right there.
cool. That's good.
Different link for some reason.
Well, I got shortened links because they were just
Garbage.
garbage links.
Garbage.
Yeah. So
Sawyer Mini,
that's funny. that
fire.
We went with the same one.
Okay. First aid.
First aid.
Is it mine
It's
first?
you. Yep.
Okay, so there are an unbelievably large amount of
Dude.
first aid kits on Amazon.
Yes.
I did not want sticker band-aids.
Okay.
I didn't want trash.
Uh-huh.
Because you can get them.
Yeah.
But to be on the safe side,
Mhm.
I went with Johnson & Johnson.
Oh,
because-
nice. Okay.
Because I know that they're I mean, I use their stuff. I've had their stuff.
Yeah.
I just know that it works a little better. Yeah, you're only out there 3 days. But man, I've had some kits that it's just pure
Oh, yeah.
trash.
For sure.
So I spent a little more. I
cool.
got, this is let me link you to it. This is a travel ready first aid kit by Johnson &
Oh,
Johnson.
I think I looked at that. That sounds
It's
really
a good
familiar.
deal. $9.33
Did you send that link? I don't
right
see it
here.
yet. Okay.
So $9.33, and it has quite a bit of stuff in it. It has I keep screwing.
Oh, that's
my
the
links
wrong
up.
one. It was a wrong link.
It was?
Yeah, that was your lighter link.
Oh,
Same one.
enjoy that link
yeah,
there.
look at
boy.
it again.
Here we go.
Yeah, I had a really hard time
There.
with the
Does
first
that one
aid
work?
one. The first aid one was one of my hardest ones because
You could cut costs.
you definitely
But
can.
this has Neosporin.
Oh, nice. This
It
has,
has
everything.
a Band-Aid, or it has several Band-Aids, has tape in it, gauze. It has a little sanitation pack for your hands.
Yeah.
I just liked the kit, and it is a little bit more than some of the other ones you can find, but I know the
Yeah.
Band-Aids are going to stick,
Sure.
and the gauze isn't, just
Mm-hmm.
paper. So I did. I spent a little bit more because I knew the brand and the quality was a little better. So that's
Yeah,
what I got.
Johnson & Johnson.
$9.33 for Johnson & Johnson.
It usually has really good
Travel
stuff.
ready portable emergency first aid kit.
I like that. Okay, so this one I kind of had to cut some corners a little bit because it just I had to. I went with the Coleman all-purpose mini first aid kit. It's like a 27-piecer. It's $5.50.
Coleman, huh?
The reason I went with that one is
didn't see that
because it comes in a tin.
Oh, that's nice.
And so that tin, I supposed I could use that to boil water if I had to, even if it's just a little bit, or cook.
Man, I thought I saw them all, but I didn't see this one.
Or cook in it. You know what I mean? And so
That's actually really cool looking.
yeah, it is kind of a cool.
Normal,
it's like, kind of like the
normally
old school.
$9.
But
I don't think you go wrong with this one at
but
all. This isn't a terrible
it doesn't
quality.
have like insanely nice stuff in it. You know, it's got the bandages, butterfly bandages stuff. The only
In
other
all
thing,
reality, you're probably all you need.
the only other thing it does have is a razor blade, which I thought was kind of nice. That
If you're done with things, you
just
end it.
3 days is too long. Just let it go. But another cutting tool that kind of comes with it, and then again that second use of that tin, if I had to cook or boil water or something in it,
I like that. I didn't see that tin.
So
That's cool.
I went with that $5.50. It's not super cheap, but there was a lot cheaper ones than this
Oh my
that I could have
gosh.
went with.
Yeah.
But they look like complete garbage.
Yeah.
There's so many that were just like not good at all.
There were. That's
So-
why I was like, I'm not risking it. I'm going to go with a little heavier duty kit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's sweet. I didn't see that Coleman one. I do like the tin thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I may have considered that.
Okay, so now we have
Hygiene.
The next one is hygiene.
Yep.
I go first, right? So this one again was not easy. So my first, I have two hygiene items here.
I do too.
Oh, good. The first one is I got the Cottonelle flushable wet wipes. I know. It's 42 wipes. It's
42?
yeah, you get 42 wipes.
How much is it?
$2.59.
What? I didn't see that.
I don't know.
Man, I dug.
I did too.
Deep.
So I figure
Man,
that's
a super good deal.
that's quite a bit for
Yeah.
3 days, right?
Did you say they're flushable?
They're flushable.
Son
I don't
of
have to
a
worry
bee.
about that, but
I didn't see that. I would have gotten that.
so that one was sort of like, I've got to just generally be clean when I'm eating or after I take a Duke and in the woods. Like I just don't want, you know what I mean? So that I feel like is something that is just, you got to have it, right?
Yep.
So my second item, which is the one that I kind of needed to put the caveat on because I realized that it's 99 cents, but it's saying that there's this $8 delivery charge. So I
okay.
didn't notice that until afterwards.
What is it?
It's hand sanitizer. It's
Hand
It's a
sanitizer.
small. It's like a two ounce hand sanitizer. So I can take it
a
or
good
leave
idea.
this one. But again, it's another way to keep clean, especially after like if you cut yourself or whatever, you've got that. And also it could be a fire starter
Oh,
if I
yeah,
needed
it's true.
it. you know?
Napalm.
Yeah. So, but again, that does. I realized after we had that conversation that it has a delivery.
Man, there's so many things to think. And I kept popping into my mind of like,
Mm-hmm.
well, what if this would make it more comfortable? A little portable pillow or a
Yeah.
blow up thing. Like just stuff just
Yeah.
kept coming and coming. Like you could spend forever on
Oh
this
gosh,
list.
yeah.
But that's a good.
And again, I hope to do like an article and send this out so you guys can see our picks, but realize that these change like by the hour. Like I swear, like
They do.
the cost was changing, the delivery was changing, all of this. It was insane. So at the time, these are all good per our rules. But so that's kind of what I went with on hygiene. Those two items.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So you can see my first link.
Yes. let me
It's a
open that
toofer
up.
brush. Super cheapo kit. It's got
Oh, yes,
toothpaste,
yes, I like
has
that.
a toothbrush.
Mhm.
It's a Reach Ultra Clean
God, I
travel
didn't-
kit.
I
It's
didn't
only
even think about a toothbrush.
$1.70.
Mm.
Just something to make you feel a little less.
I agree.
A little more fresh.
Don't want to have to go to the
I didn't
dentist.
do deodorant or any of that.
I didn't either.
So, I
That's-
mean, pine cones and pine gum's gonna do the trick.
Yeah, that's why I just went with the wet wipes. I figured that's
Yep.
gonna have to do my whole. I have to clean my teeth off with them too.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know what else to do.
You'll love my next.
Oh, the combat wipes,
They're outdoor hygiene wipes for women.
feminine hygiene outdoor
So
wipes.
they were the cheaper ones. That's
Okay.
why I went with them.
Yeah.
But they're huge. It's a 25 pack of huge biodegradable wipes.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna wipe my butt with that.
Oh, for
and I can
sure.
even tear it. You
Yeah,
know,
you could.
And the other thing is you can kind of clean yourself up with. You know, it's got a lot of crap on your
Oh,
face
yeah.
and stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a wash pack.
Mm-hmm.
But feminine wipes are
That's
like
awesome.
they're they're not gonna bother your skin at all.
No,
like
heck
they're
no.
made like
Yeah.
they're made for that.
Yeah.
So I went with these. Yeah, the Combat Wipes. They are $7.98 for a 25 count pack. They're unscented. They have aloe in them, vitamin E. So you can, like I said, you can wipe your body down with them.
Yeah.
And I do not want to use nature's toilet paper.
Nope. I
am not,
don't either.
It's miserable.
I have no intention of doing that ever.
So I ended up with, for my hygiene, I went with some toothpaste, a toothbrush, and then the feminine wipes.
Nice.
Just because clean
Because you're
yourself
very
up a little bit.
feminine.
I am very feminine.
You're very feminine.
That's exactly right.
That's okay. All right, so now we're at the second to last category, which is lighting.
Lighting took me a long time.
Me
to
too.
Just bounce back and forth.
This
and
was
how much
another
I
one
wanted to spend, and
where you could find super cheap
this is
headlamps,
probably the
or
worst one for
flashlights, and that kind of thing. It's just like there's so many of them.
yeah, there was a bunch of garbage that was like ships next century.
Yeah. Good
So
luck.
I went with one. I looked back, like I looked at rechargeable batteries.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at ones that had batteries in them, or I even looked at ones that you'd have to buy additional batteries.
Yeah.
I ended up just going with a standard headlamp that is it doesn't even have a brand. It's a Performance Tool
yeah.
6 LED adjustable head strap headlamp.
Nice.
It does come with AAA batteries already in it.
Sweet.
Who knows how long? It says it'll last 6.5 hours. I don't think you're going to be doing a lot at nighttime. So
No.
like preparing camp, or maybe have to spend it.
Yep.
But there's the thing, rechargeable batteries always tend to like die out.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a quality, I didn't want to go with a cheap rechargeable lamp because you never know if they're
No.
like going to last very long, or
Yep.
if they're even going to hold a charge. So I went with this little cheapo that has batteries with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 3 AAAs that I didn't have to buy additionals, and it was $7.35.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that was my,
Great.
I guess I would say that's my first lighting, but it's the only lighting in this category.
Okay. Oh, you have more. Ooh, look at you.
Interesting, huh?
All right. So I went back and forth on this. I decided for my headlamp, I wanted to find one that I had used. The
Man,
brand.
I could not find a brand one that was cheaper than like $12 or $15.
They're hard. It was so hard to find a brand that you like knew of.
And it has good batteries,
Yeah.
Energizer batteries.
So I went with the Energizer LED headlamp flashlight. Super bright, compact sport headlamp, perfect running headlamp, batteries included. $9.97. So it was more expensive than Cam's.
But it has Energizer Max batteries.
Yes,
and they are
Energizer
good
Max. So this says
batteries. Up to 10 on
up to
high
10
mode.
hours on
That's
high mode.
That's way better.
So for $10, I figured that would get me through 3 days. I would hope.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have to use high mode, I suppose. Really, you could use one of the lower modes and probably get more like 12 or 15 hours, I would guess. I don't know.
I bet you could too.
I would think so. But it's Energizer. I've actually have a Energizer headlamp somewhere.
I still have
that
them
I've
kicking
used.
around too.
Yeah, they're pretty popular. Like at Walmart.
Yeah, I
and
didn't see
Lowe's.
any that were under like 12.
Dude, it was so
$15.
hard.
That's a good deal.
I almost
It's so weird that you will search specifically
I know.
and you can't find it, and
You
then
get
all of a sudden be
different
like
stuff.
recommended, and you're like, what?
Why wasn't that in there?
Yeah.
But I looked at like Petzl headlamps because I know those are great. And
Look,
like a
you can
bunch of
even
other
buy
ones.
this like new used for $7.11.
Oh, really?
But you don't know where
crap. That's crazy.
marketplace.
And like I considered just getting like a flashlight or like just different like LED like camp lights and
Yeah.
stuff. But I figured if you have to hike or you got to do something or even setting up camp, you're gonna want to be hands free. And so the headlamp
Exactly.
to me felt like it was the way to
It's
go.
somewhat, yeah. It's just so much more.
We both
convenient.
had the same
Yeah.
thought apparently. So yeah.
Yep.
So now it's the miscellaneous category,
Okay.
Cameron. I don't have anything. I'm done.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay.
I had nothing because I spent all my money.
Yeah.
That was all I could get.
So, I'll show you what I was able, and this is where I was cutting costs on some other things like the headlamp and all that. 'Cause
Okay.
I did want something like this.
Okay.
And maybe it's not worth it, but I'm like, I might have my cell phone with me.
Mhm.
I want to be able to keep a charge. That's my number one communication device.
Ah, yeah.
Second is I want to maybe listen in on what's going on.
Okay.
So I ended
like
up
that.
I ended up getting this little survival radio hand crank battery
Ah.
backup.
Nice.
So it's a light.
uh-huh.
It's 2000 milliamp USB, so you can charge your phone on it, and it's solar,
Jesus,
and it's
cheap.
a radio. Pretty
Yeah.
dang cheap, $14.99.
$14.99.
Probably not that essential, but I was
I
like,
runs
it would be,
now.
I runs now.
I runs now.
Solar emergency.
And no, radio.
But
Dynamo.
I kind of was like, I might be using my phone for things. I might still hope to have to
It's a good
communicate with
idea.
it. So I wanted something that I could charge my phone. And this is a hand crank. So it's, it's got multiple things in there. It's got a radio. It's got a light. It's solar charged. It has, and you can plug USB into it and recharge it. I even thought about going with a rechargeable headlamp because I could just, sitting out there.
Yeah.
Is the only downside. But for $15 and I had it. I probably should have spent more on my backpack, but hey, why
It's
not?
pink.
Yeah,
You got that going
I
for
know.
you.
I got that going for me.
Nice. No, I like
So-
that. That's good.
I probably went with lower quality stuff overall, so it'll probably cost me.
Yeah, but again, you've got. I considered making one of the categories be communication, right? But I was
3 days.
Thinking about
you might not
3
even
days.
have cell service.
Yeah, and just
you're gonna
like
plan on coming back.
strictly survival.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily needed, but again, you're gonna have a leg up because you can hear what's going on. You're gonna have a way to recharge your phone. Like
that was just
like
something
that.
I was like, I kind of wanted to try and make that work, and it was hard. Like I said, I cut costs on. I'm going to have less food. I'm going to have a less quality,
Yeah.
a lower quality bag. My knife may be garbage, but hey, I can charge my phone.
Exactly.
Play some games.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Nice. I like
there
that.
we go. Is it the Bic lighter the only link I need to get in there? So, that's it, man.
That's awesome.
Mine came to, like I said, I probably could have squoze in maybe what I would probably do. I would probably do something that's immediately available water,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
but $98.22, and all of them are Prime. So, or they would be free shipping anyway. The only one that wasn't was that Bic one, but I still think it said free shipping.
It did say free shipping. Yeah.
So there you go.
I ended at $99.92. I had 8 cents left. All of mine were again Prime except for the one other one may have not been Prime as well. But again, it kept going back and forth. I'd look at it and it would be Prime, and then the next day I would come in and it wasn't.
That's the annoying thing. About
So it was really like I had to change my tuna pack 3 separate times because I'd go back the next day and it would be gone.
the tuna pack.
I did, but I wanted it.
Yeah.
I needed
I need
something
that
for
tuna
adult.
pack.
I gotta have that tuna. Gotta have my fish, boy. So I had to change it 3 separate times. Just because it changes so much.
What were some of
so.
the things that you had like considered as like miscellaneous that you ended up not doing?
So
I had paracord that had like the fire starter in it.
Oh, nice,
And
yeah.
the fishing line. You know those ones
Yeah.
that have. That was one thing I had for a while. and
I had a
ended up
survival
eliminating.
bandana in there at one point.
What does
you
it
know?
have in it?
It's just it's just a bandana.
survived.
A bandana with like survival information on it.
Oh, cool.
Like different kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like but also just the bandanas.
They're
nice.
always useful
They're
for
super
medical
useful,
and all that stuff.
So that was the only other thing I had
I
considered.
didn't think about a bandana. I probably could have thrown one of those.
You probably they weren't very cheap. Like you can get just a regular one
Yeah.
for maybe $2 or $3, but I
It's
wanted
so hard. There's those little things
I
you're
know.
like, this would be convenient and more comfortable. That's what I liked about it, is it made you like think
yeah.
what's essential to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but the survival one was like $9. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's why I ended up not using it because I just couldn't make it work. And I probably could have went with a cheaper backpack. I had one in there that was like $26, the backpack.
That's where for the longest time it was like around 25.
Yeah.
And I ended up, I'm like, maybe that's where I'm going to cut most of my costs.
Yeah, and you
it
did.
may be the worst thing.
And then like at one point I had like the Gerber suspension multi-tool, but it was like $30. So
Yeah.
I couldn't make it work, you know?
I had a nicer like SOG knife.
Did you?
For quite a while too, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to survive very long. so-
Right. Yeah. And then
Anyways, that was tough.
Then I had like an Augustin Farms like 72-hour emergency
I saw
food kit.
some of those too. They weren't that bad.
like
Like Mountain House
13
had some good ones too,
It's
but
like $13, you know?
probably taste way better.
Yeah, probably. So and like I had the survival tabs in there that was like $10, but it was really only like 2 days worth of food. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was tough.
It was.
And
tough.
again, I had
and there's
Sawyer
things
Mini.
I'm looking at now. I'm like, I should have probably went with
Yeah,
that.
but again, that's why this is fun, just
Yeah.
to kind of think about the
was
whole
fun.
process. We'll share this out. Maybe it might not be this week, but it could be next week, like in an article form, so you guys can click on it and see.
Yeah, I like that.
Everything we picked, you can see both of them, and then we'll put in the rules there, and then you guys can do it yourselves and share it out and say, "Hey, this is kind of what I did."
I recommend doing it. It's pretty fun.
fun.
And it really does make you think. You're like, where am I going to put my priorities?
Yeah.
And like, it just makes you think.
It really
more
does.
About, like the knife thing was a rough one for me.
Oh,
I'm
it's so
like,
hard,
I'm
yeah.
going with a cheap knife. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
After all, like spent time in using and doing. But anyway,
That's funny.
it's fun.
Yeah, guys, today's podcast is brought to you by TacPack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Use our code Casual Preppers and get a free $70 machine-made part from Next Level Armament. Go to tacpack.com. Use that code, you guys. It's really, really simple. Just do it.
Yeah.
We do have a review we want to go through real quick. We got the latest Crate Club, Cameron. Are you excited about it?
I am.
Awesome. Can you-
Actually has some really cool stuff.
yeah, it does have some neat stuff. I think there's the thinger in there, and I'll just read them off to you. And we'll tell you what came in this latest pack. It's got some really interesting stuff. So the latest Crate Club, the first item is the Toadfish non-tipping can cooler. These things are pretty interesting. They suction down to any flat surface, and so you don't spill.
Yeah. Pretty handy, but also frustrating.
I'll tell yeah, if you got little kids, they can't drink out of it. There's no way. Ain't
The
gonna
thing-
happen.
yeah, like trying to pull it off from like my wife. I had another one similar to this, and I just like we just ended up putting it up in the cupboard because just like
I finally got it.
you're forcing it off, and you're like splashing all over. It's
Yeah.
like okay, do it.
So they're really good for certain situations. Then we got the Holtzman Silverback Combo Kit. So this has a knife, this has a ferro rod, this has a sheath that comes with it. It's a pretty cool little
nice.
kit. Yeah,
or just a gift.
yeah, it's a great looking kit.
That's nice. Yeah,
Pretty
It's
cool.
a good looking little blade.
Then we got the Gearade Camo Form reusable fabric wrap. And this stuff is great for, wrapping your guns or my guns, right? We'll do the same thing. Pretty cool stuff. It's reusable. So you
Yeah,
can,
it's like that Coban, but it's a little. I think it's a little tackier and a little more
Yep.
durable.
It's tacky.
It's a bit tacky.
Yeah, it's tacky. And then we got the Subtle Patriot Covert Hybrid Backpack. So this is a nice little backpack, kind of like a 3-day or overnight thing. Has really great stuff in it. It's kind of like an EDC pack. It's nice.
That is nice.
It's really well built.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
kind of like a hard shell on the outside. Yeah, it's got a sunglass.
Where's that knife?
Let's see if it'll cut. So it's kind of cool.
That's nice.
Then we have the Waterport Go Spout portable water tank. So this is a 2-gallon water tank that you can actually pressurize.
It's pretty cool.
And it has like a sprayer. It's great for camping. That thing is going to be
Gardening.
awesome. Gardening.
I
Yeah,
would, man, all day long.
for sure. Or maybe just like washing your dog or something.
Washing your dong.
Washing your dong. Yeah, I got to do that. My wife won't let me do it inside. I got to do it in the backyard. Don't you be washing
Get
your...
out of there.
I told you once, I told you twice. Don't do that in the house.
I'm just washing it.
I just got to get it clean, babe. Do it in the backyard.
Go spout.
Sucks
I
in the
haven't
winter.
seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's
but
pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the last thing is the Silent Faraday dry bag. We've used their stuff. They've got great Faraday bags, and this is a dry bag that you can use. You can also use it as an oven mitt.
Yeah, that's what we were.
Yeah.
Look just like a good oven
It
mitt.
does, doesn't it?
This is kind of nice though, because like if you don't have the whole bag that's like a Faraday, maybe you just
Yeah.
want to throw your phone or a tablet. Well, not a big tablet,
Yeah,
but pretty cool.
it is. It's nice. So that's the latest Crate Club. Pretty cool stuff, if you ask me.
It
It's
is very
time
cool.
for the quick and dirty medical tip.
So, this I just wanted to real quick throw this option out there. I don't know if you guys saw my post on it. And it's a freebie for this company.
Oh, nice.
But we received a contingency medical kit.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to mention it here is just because antibiotics have been tough lately. Like
Yeah.
they come and they go. Like some of the common ones we use, they've been unavailable. Like I'll send somebody over, and the pharmacy's like, "We're out of that right now," which is super weird because it's a very common antibiotic. Like amoxicillin was unavailable for a while in liquid form. Even some of the better oral antibiotics like Ceftonir was unavailable for a while. Still is hard to get. So albuterol, you can't get it in nebulized form right now. It's back ordered.
Jeez.
So it's just kind of scary. And you're like, well, what if I do need these things? This is an option. Instead of going with fish antibiotics that you're just not sure about.
Yeah.
You can. But to be on the safe side, this is a good way to like have a backup plan. They have 3 packs. They have the Go Pack, the Ready Pack, and the Ready Pack Plus. The difference with like each of them is they add a little bit more. Like most of them come with your standard antibiotics that are going to treat most everything. You got Bactrim. I think you've got Bactrim, you've got amoxicillin and cephalexin. Yeah, and Doxy. So you got Doxy, nitrofurantoin, you got amoxicillin, actually Augmentin, cephalexin, and a Z-Pack. So you got
Jeez,
a
that's
ton of
awesome. Yeah.
antibiotics. And then the optional ones, you get scopolamine, which is helpful for like seasickness and motion sickness, and Zofran.
Oh, geez, that's cool.
They are a little on the pricey side, but you don't have you meet with they send out a little questionnaire. You go over some antibiotic risks, and usually it's pretty easy to get. So
cool.
I think that's one of the easiest ways to get antibiotics safely.
Yeah.
And you know they're like legit antibiotics. So
There's actually a couple companies that do this. Contingency's one of them. The other one is Jace Medical.
I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, yes, you're paying more, but think about a visit to a
Yeah.
provider
Oh, gosh,
that's only
yeah.
going to give you one antibiotic, maybe, and you're going to have a reason to get it. And
Is that provider available at the time when you want it?
exactly?
You know?
So this is a great option. So I just wanted to throw it out there for the
Yeah.
medical tip is they do have these packs. You just briefly meet with a provider over the phone that's included in the cost, and that's pretty awesome.
Very
So,
cool.
Anyway,
Nice. Thanks,
you
guys.
go.
That was a fun episode. I appreciate you guys
that
listening.
was fun. It was kind of exciting.
And like I said, we'll probably put out an article this week, probably going to be next week due to my schedule, but
That'll have links to our
links
items,
to everything and you can check it out, right?
Oh, it'll be like $400 pack, like
know.
at that point.
Yeah, I promise you, at this point, it was all $100
Yeah.
right now. But thanks, guys, for listening. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you follow us on all the socials because we do lots of fun stuff there that you don't get to see here, right,
Yeah, you
Cameron?
don't. Exactly.
Thank you and stay survived.